Hello Internet. This is not gonna be as good of a video as the previous ones before. And I don't mean quality, I mean in news. Unfortunately today I had a workplace accident. For those of you who do know, I work at a Walmart. I'm not gonna tell you which one because, well, I still work there and I still want to have my main job still. But essentially, I got myself hurt. No, it wasn't anything big. But essentially, I am going to have to go through an entire protocol where I'm going to be in a little bit of pain. Which honestly, I kind of am already now. Alright, so it's probably easier if I just tell you guys what exactly happened. You see, when you work at a Walmart, you do something called redlining. And that is when you straighten up the items in your aisle, take empty boxes of product and replace them with new ones, and keep an eye out for customers who seem like they're ready to check out but are having trouble finding a lane, so that way you can be kept busy. Now, I was doing what would essentially be the straightening up part of redlining. Essentially, a box of Slim Jims was freshly emptied. I grabbed the box, I looked inside, and I saw a little clear cap. Now, the thing is, I thought it might have been a cap to something like a very small brand tipped puffy paint. What I didn't see was at the very end of it was a small needle usually used to check blood sugar levels and blood pressure on the go. Now, the reason I didn't see this, which you would think would be fairly obvious, was one, it was very tiny and thin, and two, it was positioned just right where it blended into the seam of the box where it keeps itself together. So when I went to grab it thinking it was just garbage to throw away, the needle went right into my thumb, getting through all the layers of skin and causing blood. Now, originally I didn't think it was going to be a big deal, but after I went to my manager and my team leads, essentially, for most of that day, or today, I guess, most of the shift is what I should be saying, I was essentially on online consultation with a doctor. Now, luckily, the building is located very close by to a hospital. Now, when I went in there, unfortunately, the area that they would need open to start running labs and stuff on my blood was closed. So I won't be able to get the blood drawn as necessary until tomorrow. What they have been able to do is prescribe me some HIV medicine, but unfortunately, I won't be able to get it until July 2nd due to medical scenario. More specifically, the insurance. I know. American healthcare system, the best thing ever. And I got a tetanus shot today. Now, if any of you know me very well, I have an intense fear of needles. And currently, I'm experiencing one of the side effects of getting a shot, which is a throbbing, almost like warm pain in my arm right now. And currently on my thumb, where I was pricked, if I pretty much do anything that you normally would with a thumb, it stings a little bit. Now, honestly, I'm not in a lot of pain, but essentially, for the next while, I am gonna be going through hell. Essentially, whenever you go through something like this, where you get pricked by a needle that could have potentially shared biological fluids or even just diseases with someone, you have to go through blood work that you would think would only be a one-time thing, but that's not actually the case. Essentially, tomorrow is going to be my first blood drawing for testing. But in 6 weeks from now, I'll have to do another, and after that, 3 months. Now, I'm not sure if it's just those 3 tests that I'll have to do. It most likely will be, but there is a small chance that this could be like a year-long thing that I have to deal with. Now, honestly, this sucks. Honestly, I didn't even originally want to make this video, but I want you guys to at least know about it, so that way I don't feel so alone personally. Now, that is not saying that the support I've gotten from my family who have found out isn't enough. It just really sucks right now, and honestly, the only way that I can kind of let out this pent-up frustration and honestly worry that there is a chance I could potentially have some disease or infection from somebody who decided not to put the needle into a proper disposal area and just decided to put it there frustrates me so much. And I am worried a little bit about my health, but my family support has definitely helped me. And honestly, my grandma reminded me that my grandpa is here with me despite him being an angel in heaven. Honestly helps me feel a lot better. Especially considering if you asked any of the co-workers of mine how I reacted to it, I was actually quite calm. Or at least that's what I allowed them to see. I was even cracking up a few jokes here and there and honestly trying to keep the mood light. Because honestly, I'm terrified, guys, of what could potentially happen. But I do really think it's not going to be anything. And I figured, since this is a bit of a sad note, I will end it on a good one. The delicate shell is officially done, and right now all I am doing is going back and going over some of the parts in pencil that are harder to see, so that way when it goes on AO3, you guys will be able to read every single bit. And now that the first act is done, I will be beginning the second act, but it won't be until tomorrow. Now, upon the upload of this, it'll... Oh, it's not even that late, if I'm being honest with myself. But essentially, all I'm saying is things have gone wild a bit. And Cherry, if you're watching this, which I honestly don't think you are, it was nice that you watched my first few videos. I don't even know if you watched my trailers. Honestly, if anybody watches my trailers, thank you on that. But essentially, things are going to be wild for me for a while. You might get some patchy spots of whether or not I'm working on the project, because, well, the medication that they're going to have to put me on, it can pretty much affect you hard. From what I was told, it can cause nausea, vomiting, and honestly just all-around discomfort. Now, honestly, do I think this is going to blow out of proportions? No. But the thing is, there is that fear, especially if you've watched any medical shows. And to be honest, I want to one day become a mom. I don't want to worry about potentially spreading on a dangerous disease to any future kids I have. Now, I will not be a mom anytime soon. That is a guarantee. But I do want to have a chance to choose my future the way I want it. And honestly, I want it to be STD and STI free, but I won't know if that'll be the case for a while. It'll be a week from tomorrow that I'll finally get the results for this stuff after I've gotten my blood drawn and tested. It is still very scary. But for those who have gone through this or will go through this, it's okay to be scared. Because this honestly is a terrifying thing. I know I said originally I wanted to end this on a happy note, but when things get crazy, it's kind of hard to stay positive at times, even with yourself. But honestly, I'm just so glad that I have you guys looking forward to my art, looking forward to the little Luna that I made, despite the absolute torture I am putting her through for this first act. And that is just the stuff you guys can see. Now, I am planning to show more of her past and what exactly she went through after. As in, like, through flashbacks. And honestly, for one of them, it's going to be on her file. Now, for those of you wondering what her file is, you're going to have to wait and see. I want her to be the thing that you think about today. Not what I'm going through, really. But if you do think about what I'm going through, just know I'm going to be okay and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop being an artist. I'm not going to stop living. I'm just going to be a little bit more cautious. This is Luna Hamato signing off, and I hope you all have a good night, a good morning, a good evening. And to my Rara, I love you. And to Cherry, thank you for giving me a little bit of light today with your updates.